This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Thursday, September 17th. I'm Tori here with Jeff, and Lindsay joins us from home. It's Constitutional Day. Happy Constitution Day, everyone. It is.
I forgot to get you something.
I can't believe this is the third year running. Lindsay, how you doing?
I'm good. That's a gem that only Tori would know. So congratulations on that one.
A beautiful evolving document, I believe. All right, we're moving on and changing gears here to the weather because it is just so unbelievable how much rain Hurricane Sally brought along the Gulf Coast. So let me tell you, in Pensacola, they just got 4 months of rain in 4 hours. The storm is responsible for 1 death so far, and 1 person is missing. There are flood warnings all along the south and up into Virginia, but it's not just the water that's a problem. Check out what one woman saw outside her window.
Oh my God, this is outside of our window. It is a 10 or 12 foot alligator. Y'all look at that alligator. That is right outside the window. He is going into the neighbor's driveway. This is why we don't want to go outside out here on the island.
So in the script today, it said, what would you do if you found a giant alligator in your yard? So Lindsay, what would you do?
You know what? I know that I have the biggest fear of anything that swims or is in the water at all. And this is crazy. This is exactly why I just like live in places where there are no alligators, or maybe there are, but I don't know about them. But this is just crazy. But on a positive note, you know, my partner Colin works in insurance, and a lot of people that he's been speaking to lately, trying to get everything fixed with a lot of the claims that they're having, have had these positive and uplifting attitudes. So in the middle of a hurricane, if you can take a picture of an alligator and laugh about it, share it on social media, then you're in a good space.
That's true. I wish he had said, "See you later, alligator." Don't you, Jeff?
That would have
Yes.
been the closer. We would have ended with that instead of leading with it.
It's true. What would you do if you found an alligator in your yard?
I would open my window, first of all, and get a better video of it.
Production
Yeah, that video
value.
was pretty terrible.
Yeah, I get a little. That reminded me of my cousin Vinny. Remember when he's like, I saw them through the murder, and he goes and it's all dirty, the
Oh,
window,
yeah,
and he's
like
like,
scratches.
is this the window that you look through? That's kind of like the same concept. But I think Lindsay summed it up. It's an alligator. We got it.
All right, see you later, alligator. We're going to move on over to this because let's just be honest. There's so much noise and confusion about the coronavirus right now, right? And a potential vaccine. And now we've got 2 competing opinions about when we can expect it. So this all happened last night, yesterday. Dr. Robert Redfield, the director of the CDC, he's the Amish-looking man on the left right there, testified yesterday that a coronavirus vaccine wouldn't be ready for wide use until the middle of next year. Okay. Meanwhile, the president then contradicted him, saying it could be available in weeks and it would go immediately to the general public. So we want to know from you. We don't want to talk at you. We want to hear from you. What do you think? Who do you believe more? The president of the United States or the CDC director? So all you have to do, if you're a new viewer, go ahead and interact with us. Go to dblvote.com, and all you have to do is vote, and we can talk about it, and I'll bring it up at the end. Jeff, where are you? It shouldn't be this hard.
Well, there's 2 things, Tori. One, I'm glad you clarified who was who because I couldn't tell in the video. I don't know what Donald Trump looks like at all. And 2, that I don't like our survey here because there should be a neither option as well. It doesn't mean you have to agree with everything everyone says all of the time, right? That's the problem with our society. I think both of them don't know what they're talking about. We have facts. There are tweets, there are statements that the CDC put out that have been debunked. They thought the virus couldn't even travel. They put it on their website. They put it in tweets that it couldn't be travel airborne. We now know that's wrong. Donald Trump doesn't know what he's talking about either. So my answer is neither. We don't know. This is constantly evolving what's going on with this virus, and people just keep talking out of the other end of their body.
I don't understand. Do you want to make that more clear? Lindsay, I looked at the U.S. News and World Report that says 26% of Americans, this is 2 days ago, trust Trump or President Trump when it comes to vaccines. That's 52% around that don't. How do you feel about that distrust and the confusion?
Well, I understand where he's coming from an aspirational space, saying that he thought that this would be done by, I think, Easter this year, and obviously we're well past that. So, I mean, I think that he's having his best hopes up. I hope he's not just going to contradict Dr. Fauci, the CDC, continuously. But Dr. Fauci even had a different estimation than the CDC, saying early next year. So mid next year is like news to me also. I just think we want the safest, most responsible vaccine because, you know, a vaccine that's rushed and incorrect could lead to more problems and issues for everyone that's taking it. So I just think, like, as much as I understand the urgency, we really want to wait for the right thing, you know?
Yeah, and maybe let's all just wait to say when it's going to be announced until we have a really good trial.
Right.
Like, slow it
like
down.
a week out.
Like, pump the brakes, son. Okay, we have 90% CDC Director Redfield. 10% of you say President Trump.
It's the beard. It was the beard.
It was the non-mustache beard.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
It was the old Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, people go for that. It's very interesting. All right, well, we've got to talk about what happened at this one Target store. This was all over my feed. I don't know if it was on yours, in Florida earlier this week. If you haven't seen it, we have it for you. Check it out.
Take your mask off. Let's go. Take off that mask. You don't have to ask. It's freedom of choice.
Note, Florida has the second highest infection rate in the country as of yesterday.
Speaking of the Constitution, Tori, you mentioned it was Constitution Day. Is the word "succeed" from the Union? How do you separate from?
That's a whole secede. Yeah, they did that in the Civil War at some point.
Well,
yeah.
I'm wondering when Florida is going to do that because it's a totally different country down there. Alligators, these people running wild. I'm going to give you a little example. Do you know what biomimicry means, Tori?
Something about you're trying to mimic something.
It's when like life or society mimics nature, right? Kind of like a bird, like an airplane
with a
to
bird.
a bird, right? Okay. I'm going to give you a little story here, okay? I grew up by a forest preserve where I lived in the Chicagoland area. There are no predators in that forest preserve. Therefore, the deer populate and run wild. They eat everything in the forest. They ruin the ecosystem. They run into the streets. People are getting hit by cars because these deer are running wild and there are no predators. So by predators, I'm using a nature word, not a sexual predator, for all the people with sticky fingers out there.
No one's writing with sticky fingers. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mom, my J&K button are stuck together again.
Okay, let's keep finishing. Go ahead. Stay focused.
Okay, so my thing is, what's happening with that, okay, in the ecosystem that they ruin, all these deer, they have to be taken out for the ecosystem to survive. Otherwise, they ruin it. People are ruining society. There are no predators, in this case, I go like this. There are no predators to take out these people. And in this case, those right there are the deer running wild, eating up the forest, eating everyone's food, and they need to be removed from society.
Wow, strong opinion from Jeff. I'll give you a quick 30 seconds to rebut, but I do have to say, is the camera the predator? Are we viewing them and shaming them, and that's the predator, right? Like, will that stop them?
No.
Okay. Lindsay?
Jeff, I gotta say, you really took the cake. Like, I can't even follow that up. Like, that was straight up a painted picture right there. So,
it was really impressive.
Like, the forest, the deers, listen, I just think they're ridiculous, and you summed it up even better than I could.
Yeah, I will say very quickly, an inconvenience does not equal an injustice, okay? Get those two things together. They're not the same. Lindsay, stick around. Coming up on DBL, our medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli, is back to answer more COVID-19 questions to help keep you and your family safe. Plus, the Academy of Country Music Awards shocked fans last night. The moment everyone's talking about it. It was crazy. And take a look at our studios. Most of our coworkers are still producing the show from home during the pandemic. It's just Jeff and me and a little bit of tension. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. We're going to keep talking about the potential coronavirus vaccine and do our best to make clear what's going on for you at home. If you're confused, stick with us. Am I right?
Or the doc.
Or the doctor. Of course, that is not possible. Good point. Without our medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli. She's wonderful, she's smart, and she's going to tell you as it is. The CDC director made a very bold claim about masks, and it has a lot of people talking, Doc. Let's listen real quick.
These actually, we have clear scientific evidence they work, and they are our best defense. I might even go so far as to say that this face mask is more guaranteed to protect me against COVID than when I take a COVID vaccine.
Okay, so that's surprising to hear. Is that true?
So, Tori, it is true. So first, of course, today we don't have a vaccine, so the masks protect us better than the vaccine. But even if we fast forwarded to when we do have a vaccine, think about it. A vaccine is really damage control. It's after you've been exposed, it protects you, whereas a mask protects you from being exposed in the first place. And then secondly, as Dr. Redfield has said, there's some data that only about 70% of people who get the vaccine actually mount an immune response, whereas 100% of the people that wear masks are protected.
Wow.
All right, I like it. Earlier, we talked about how we're once again hearing different things from the CDC and the White House. And as we mentioned, President Trump says we could have a vaccine as early as next month, and the CD says next year. Which one are you placing your bets on here, Doc?
So, Jeff, on my 21st birthday, I went to Vegas and I lost $1,000 on roulette in about 5 minutes. So after that, I decided to stick to the slot machines only.
I love slot machines.
I'm not a betting woman.
I love slots.
I'm just definitely not a betting woman. But in this case, I don't even think it's a bet. I mean, based on the science, the data, the facts, and the statistical probability, I think it is completely unlikely that in the next 4 to 6 weeks, we're going to have a vaccine available for public distribution. Maybe by December, we'll have something for healthcare workers, but I'm definitely thinking next spring.
I also have a Vegas story where I needed to be taken out because I wanted to play the slots so much. Okay, we're moving on. Before we let you go, there's one viewer question we want to ask. It comes from Tony, who writes, is it possible to have the flu and COVID at the same time? Whoa.
A great question as we're heading into the flu season, and the answer is absolutely yes. In fact, there were a few cases reported of both flu and COVID co-infection. So, and that was in the spring when the flu cases were declining. So as we head into the fall and the flu cases start to go up, we really do have to keep this in mind and remember to get that flu shot.
That's amazing. Can we ask what you bet on the roulette? Was there a number? Do you remember? Because you have a number, don't you?
I do.
Okay, let's hear what your number.
I put it on my birthday because it was December 21st is my birthday. So I said, okay, 21, put it all on 21.
Oh, no, that's so sad. What's your number, Jeff?
23.
23. Jordan. All right, fantastic.
Listen, I know you want to tell your Vegas story, so let's just get it out quickly.
I don't want to tell it.
Oh, you don't?
Now I'm not going to say it because of you.
You were screaming off camera when you weren't even on camera. You're screaming about Vegas.
Now because
so tell us about the slot machine story.
Because of spite, I'm not going to say it. Thank you so much, Doctor. You'll be back tomorrow. If you do have a question about coronavirus you want answered by Dr. Kohli, write us on social media. Don't worry, it can be anonymous. You can email info@dailyblastlive.com. It's such a good story, too. We'll be right back. slugger with both headlights. Okay, welcome back to DBL. There we are. That was Carrie Underwood performing her throwback hit Before He Cheats, which is a phenomenal song. At last night's Academy of Country Music Awards, Carrie was the star of the night for a couple reasons, okay? First up, Carrie picked up her third Entertainer of the Year award, but in a twist, she ended up sharing it with Thomas Rhett, who also won. Yeah, it was the first time a tie for that award ever happened. Yeah, you don't like that?
No ties. Everyone gets an award. No. Anyway, sorry.
Carrie also paid tribute to some country music queens. She sang songs from legends like Patsy Cline, Martina McBride, Dolly Parton, and Loretta Lynn. Take a look.
Women like you, they're a dime a dozen. You can buy 'em anywhere. For you to get to him, I have to move over, and I'm gonna stand right here. I remember when he was mine. Watch you come in here looking like that in your cowboy boots and your painted on jeans, all decked out like a cowgirl's dream. Watch you come in here.
All right. It's so hard to even remember she came from American Idol.
I know.
People forget. You know what I mean? It's crazy to think that. Tell me why you booed the tie, and Lindsay, let me know if you liked the tie. Why didn't you like it?
Because, listen, there's enough award shows. Now we got to get out 2 awards for the best? No, the best means 1, not 2. I'm sick of society. Anyways, that being said, she did a fantastic job.
Wow, Jeff.
She did a fantastic job. I thought that tribute was amazing.
It's like whiplash
the way
over
she
here.
kind of changed her twang almost to mimic the artist. She's very talented.
She is. Her tonal range and nuances are so good. Did you not like the tie either? I know what you mean. You kind of convinced me that the tie. I'm like, enough with this. Get someone to win. What do you think, Linz?
I just think it's like the participation trophy. Like, okay, second place, third place. Like, come on, man. Let's just not pick one. You guys could have narrowed it down. You guys have a committee, I'm assuming. Pick one. It's kind of ridiculous that they both won. But one thing that I remembered is that she forgot to thank her family in her acceptance speech, which is the most messed up thing that nobody wants to forget when you're like, thank you, everybody except my family.
You know what? Yeah, she actually apologized after. That was a big error on her part. She was busy. She had a lot on her mind. All right, now this was the first live award show since the pandemic, which made for some interesting performances. So host Keith Urban performed his new song, One Too Many, virtually with Pink. That's interesting. Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton also sang their duet, Happy Anywhere, in what looked like the iconic Bluebird Cafe in Nashville. That's where Taylor Swift was discovered. But take a look, it was actually a green screen. And of course, speaking of, T Swift, my favorite, made her return to the ACMs after 7 years and sang a very stripped-down version of her song Betty in an empty Grand Ole Opry House. It was her first time back in 7 years. Taylor also admitted she did her own hair and makeup and styling. Don't love it, not gonna lie. Don't love the pants. High-waisted khakis are hard to pull off.
It's hard, Tori.
It's hard to pull off high-waisted khakis, but I've loved Taylor since her country albums in 2005-06 when she sang Tim McGraw, and literally bringing her back was lovely to see. Was it nice to see for you?
You know what was weird to me that kind of stuck out was Gwen Stefani singing.
Yeah, a little weird.
It was a little weird. Her image has changed so much. It seems like it's like that person you haven't talked to in college for a while, and then all of a sudden you see them and you're like, hey, Gwen, what's up? You want to catch up and grab a steak? She's like, no, I moved to California. I'm vegan now. You know, it's like, now I wear frails under my jacket.
Fringe.
It's like fringe, whatever.
I with frails. Lindsay, 1 out of 10, what do you give Gwen Stefani's performance? Did you like it?
You know, I'm a Gwen Stefani fan since back in the day, since Holla Back Girl, so I'm not going to hate on her. I'm going to give her a 10, okay?
You're okay with the frails?
The fringe? I think Lindsay can wear fringe.
People got to change. Who knows?
And the fishnet stockings, Gwen.
That's Gwen. No
With
doubt.
cowboy boots and fringe?
No doubt. DBL Deal Blast
I
is
saw
next.
what you did there.
Coming up next, it's her band.
I got it.
Okay.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
what's this? It's time for some sweet, sweet deals. Earlier, Steph showed me some amazing products at even better prices. It did work. Here's this week's It Did. DBL Deal Blast, presented by MorningSave.com. What do you have for us today, Stephanie Jones?
Are you looking for the perfect speaker that will fill the entire room with quality sound? Well, here is the Libratone Zip Mini 360 Bluetooth Wi-Fi speaker. So it's the perfect balance of form and function while it delivers some deep sound that's amazing. Now, normally this is $229, but we've got it for $79, which means you're saving 66%. Next up, I've got something that's right up my alley. It's equal parts delicious and healthy. It's the 128 pack Helps Organic Functional Tea. So you can choose 2 out of 5 different tea blends, and they're custom and they're cultivated to help you with your key health concerns. Now, normally these packs are $48, but we've got them for $15, which means you're saving 69%. And I do love a good cup of tea. We've all been there when you're fumbling around in the dark and you can't see. So I've got the answer. This is the 2-pack Halo Power Glow portable charger with LED motion lights. So this has a motion sensing LED, so you can see inside your purse or bag. So normally this is as much as $60, but right now it's only $20, which means you're saving 67%.
Oh my gosh.
Last story but not least, I've got the perfect thing to help you relax and treat your aching muscles. It is the Eternal Home, Neck and Shoulder Shiatsu Massager with 38 modes. So normally this is as much as $130, but we've got it for $29, which means you're saving 78%.
Oh my gosh. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. I have the Shiatsu one, and it really, really helps. It heats up and it like gets in there. You know when you want someone to get in there like hardcore, it gets in there. It's like Shiatsu, okay.
Usually have to pay extra for that.
That's very true. Wah, wah. Thought there should be a sound effect.
I didn't know there was 10 seconds left.
There was. DBL's new every day. We'll see you same time, same place. Bye guys. Have a good one.